This right here, guys, is what an aborted project looks like. This build has turned into a complete disaster. I was actually already supposed to have a video out on this thing, but yeah, it's not happening. It's hard on my schedule because I have this plan to shoot videos. This was supposed to be done. Now it's just sitting on my desk. But this is what a disaster looks like. What a project gone wrong looks like. We aborted mission, but we need what's in this box right here. Tonight, guys, I'm actually gonna be on the Wheel and Trigger podcast. And after it was announced, I realized something. And that thing that I realized is that I'm kind of lost, alone. I've been kind of shunned. I guess shunned isn't the best way to put it, but I'm not accepted, or I've been kind of pushed out. Basically, I'm on an island by myself where the racers think that I'm a basher, but the bashers in general, RC enthusiasts, think that I'm a racer. And I'm not really accepted by any side anymore. It's kind of funny, it kind of sucks, because the truth is, I'm a racer. I actually started the channel vlogging at races. But as I grew as a racer, I started to realize where the gap is. And the gap is getting people into the hobby. In order to get people into the hobby, you have to tailor, or you have to switch your focus to the new enthusiasts, and the new enthusiasts do more bashing. So I feel like I'm doing better as a racer because I'm bringing more people in, and all my sponsors are extremely supportive and they totally get it. A huge thanks to all my sponsors. Huge shout out to those guys. They're supporting my race program. I don't even race that often, but they get it. They understand what I'm doing, and it's to grow the RC racing community by reaching out and capturing the general public or general RC enthusiasts to expose this awesome thing we do. Now, with that said, I'm really not accepted by any area of RC. I'm definitely not a crawler. I'm not a drifter. God, I'm not good at drifting. I love drifting and I love crawling, but I'm definitely not a specialist at that. I started flying planes. Obviously, I'm not a plane guy. Really, people don't even really think I'm a basher because I don't really send my cars and just shatter them into a million pieces. I'm not an on-road guy or like a vintage guy or like a Tamiya guy. I kind of made myself into a jack of all trades, but an expert in nothing. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of feel lost, as in I gotta get back to my roots. I feel like something in my RC life has been missing, and it's racing, guys. I'm a racer. That's what I am. I gotta get back to it. Not I gotta get back to it, I'm gonna get back to it. And it starts today. Hello, old friend. I missed you, buddy. Ooh, he's a little dirty, but I love this car. Just an amazing race vehicle. Actually, sorry, I gotta show you what's in this box. First off, first things first, I gotta set it to massive head mode because I wear a size 8 in hat. Just put it in perspective if you know anything about fitted hats. All right, really like a 7 3/4, but if I have my hair long and my hair's like longer, I need a haircut, size 8 is perfect. One Up Racing, guys. I have been waiting for this package. So stoked, not this. I do think these are awesome. These are the One Up Racing car stands. It's gonna be perfect for my buggy right there. But I have been waiting forever for these right here. Awesome. Holy crap. These are so freaking cool. Let's set this aside for a second. Oh my goodness. So freaking cool. All right. I'm almost set up, and then I'll show you what we're dealing with over here. All right, guys, this is my e-buggy. And a while back, I used to have problems with my bullet connectors kind of wearing out. And when they wear out, they don't have good connectivity, and it actually causes a lot of heat. So my connectors would get really hot, my ESC would get really hot, my motor would get really hot. And my friend Brian Eider, HRCR, up in Idaho, I believe, he's way up north west coast, recommended I get these. These are the Trinity plugs, and basically how it works is you plug it in, your battery, needless to say, and then there's a little set screw right there on top, and then you tighten that set screw down, and basically it gives you a lot of connectivity, and there's no way for the plug to get out. Now, I've been using these for about a season and a half now. They are awesome. However, look at how they look. I mean, they're not really lookers. So you essentially just solder it on the outside of the bullet connector. It doesn't look that great. And the driver that you need to tighten that set screw is a .050, which is a standard driver, not a metric driver. And no one really carries standard tools anymore. So it was another tool I had to carry. And if I ever lost it, I was never getting it out. I felt like that was a big flaw, and I always wanted something that was a lot easier to use, and I was like, why don't they make these lockdown plugs with some type of like thumb mechanism where you can take it off and on really easy with just your hands? And One Up Racing did it. They did it. They made their new lockdown adjustable bullet plugs, and look at all the cool colors they made it in. So One Up Racing is a well-known racing product company, and I saw them come out with these a while back, and they've been on back order and they're finally in stock. So each one of these packs comes with a custom color and a black side. So basically you know which one is your positive, which one is your negative. Your negative is gonna be the black thumb screw, and then your special color is gonna be your positive. They have a blue, a bright blue, a hot pink, a red, an orange, gold. That gold looks so cool. They have green and then gunmetal, a whole bunch of different colors. So whatever color your buggy is, you can get the matching one. Me personally, oh, they also have, sorry, I totally forgot about these down here. They also have purple, and then they just have a black on black pair. Now this one is good, but you gotta make sure you don't accidentally plug the positive into negative and negative into positive. And he also sent me some on-road wing buttons. He knows that my colors are pink and purple, so he doubled up on the pink and purple. These are probably gonna be perfect on my 12 scale car that I need to go run soon. I might even run in a couple of days from now, because it's been a while since I've been to the carpet track. But these are some new products by One Up Racing. 10-fold ultralight on-road wing screws. Look at how clean those are. Very cool. But today we are going to solder some of these up. Just as I said, he knows my colors. He sent me some extra pink and purple. This car right here is gonna get purple because my body is teal and purple. So let's solder some of these up. All right, I am super excited to play with these things. So I have all the colors laid out on the side so you can see what they look like. I already opened up this purple pack because I got so excited. I couldn't hold back. I wanted to open it up, see what it came with, see what it's all about. So we're gonna take this out now, dump everything out here, and then it comes with some instructions. And then these are the pieces. I'm doing the purple on my buggy, so it comes with your purple thumb screw, some purple collets or some anodized collets, and then all the pieces you need to solder everything together. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit better. There you go. We are on the Cow RC solder mat, which is cool. So we're gonna put these together first. So step one, slide the aluminum sleeve onto bullet plug. So we are going to slide the aluminum sleeve onto the bullet plug. And then step two, insert the solder tab into aluminum sleeve. Actually, the way I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put the solder tab in the aluminum sleeve first, because I don't wanna mess up my aluminum. Just like so. And then we're gonna put it, there we go. Just like that. And then that is what the plug looks like. Look at how cool that looks. It has a little One Up right there. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, you slide the aluminum sleeve and then slide the solder tab, but I'm sliding the solder tab into the aluminum sleeve first, only because I want to make sure it goes into that aluminum sleeve nice and flush, because I don't want to mess up the beautiful, beautiful aluminum sleeve. So there it is there. I know that's bad. I'm like not even following the directions right off the bat, but there's what they freaking look like. Oh my God, they look so cool. Oh, and it does have a little positive there and a little negative there. Now, one important part is where you solder. So where you want to solder is on the solder tab. However, you do want the solder to hit the plug also, because you want the solder to essentially solder the plug and the solder tab together as well as your wire. That's going to give you the best connectivity. You don't want to solder on the solder tab and then install it on your bullet connector like that. Everything needs to be soldered like it's one gigantic piece, aside from the thumb screw part right here. So let me get my soldering iron and let's start cooking. All right, we're about to get our solder on. So I have the aluminum sleeve and the solder tab on the lockdown plug there. You can see the purple and the black. So whenever you solder, you always want to tin the wire and tin the connector before you actually put it together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tin this now, but when we tin it, we're gonna make sure that the solder hits the bullet and the solder tab. That way it basically makes it one big piece. So if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say tin it, basically you're just gonna put a little bit of solder on the connector and the wire. Now, one thing you definitely don't wanna do is you don't wanna get any solder inside that hole, because that is where your lockdown thumb screw goes. But we're gonna try to do this real quick. Tin the tip just a little bit, and then we're gonna set the tip down in there, and essentially, there we go. So now the plug is basically one piece, which is exactly how you want it. But you don't want to get it in the threads. There we go. That looks perfect. And how we'll be able to tell is when we pick it up, shouldn't be too hot. Ah, it's hot. You can see, can you see? That the solder actually hits the plug and the solder tab. Now this sleeve, none of this stuff can come up because it's all one piece. So now we have this tinned really well. We're gonna tin our wires, put it on there, and you can tell that we don't have any of the solder inside the actual plug because that's, again, where the thumb screw goes. You don't wanna mess that up. So, by the way, we gave these solder jigs away in RC Box Club way back. But that's how you can tell that it's on there good. If the sleeve and the solder tab are stuck on there, they're like one. That's how you want it. Okay, let me clean up my wires on my buggy and get those ready to solder together. All right, we're about to solder the wire onto the connector. This is where you gotta be careful because you don't want too much excess solder to go into the hole for the thumb screw. So we're basically gonna tin the solder tip. We got plenty of solder on the wire. We're gonna just heat this sucker up, heat up the connector. I mean, that looks good. It looks like one. I should probably take some more of the wire off, but very cool. Okay, let me do the positive side. This is the scariest part because you don't want to accidentally get solder in that screw hole. That's for sure. This one's a little bit cleaner because I cut a little bit of my positive wire off. All right, heat this up. Oh yeah, that is good. Now we're gonna put the thumb screw in there. Oh man, that looks so cool. Okay, hold on, let me show you what it's gonna look like on my buggy. And we're gonna test it out. There's my buggy, back the screw out, push it down, lock it in with your thumb. Yeah, those ain't going nowhere. Very, very clean. A little bit of sparkage there. Oh man, those look so good. Yeah, those won't come out at all. No way. And then when you wanna take it out, you don't need a tool. You just unscrew it with your thumb and they come right off. So cool. So one thing the 1UP guys did let me know is whenever your plugs are not in your battery or you're not running your car, make sure you tighten the thumb screws all the way down. That does two things. One, it keeps you from losing the thumb piece, and two, it's spreading your bullets. That way the next time you put it in your battery, the connection will be nice and strong. I freaking love these. Function-wise, they're amazing, and looks-wise, whew, freaking sick.